Hello, welcome to ALM for You, and I am Jagmohan Singh Chawla. In this video, I would like to explain you basics of project management in SAP Cloud ALM, and we'll be spending most of the time in the system. So let's log on to the Cloud ALM tenant. Okay, I'm logged on to the SAP Cloud ALM tenant, and when you log on for the first time, then some of these tiles will appear blank. We call this as overview page, and this is the project overview. And now let's jump right in, and you can do that by easily clicking here. You can also at any stage click on the SAP icon and go to the Launchpad. So let's do that and see what are the options that Fiori Launchpad offers us. So this tile, projects and setup, is a multi-purpose tile. It helps you access a specific project, but it also helps you some in cross-project setup. That will be covered in a different video. So let's focus on the project part. So I could have gone via the overview page, but I can directly click on this tile anytime and land to a screen, which is for the project management and maintaining that. A click on the tile takes you to this screen in which you can see that there are some project specific settings and some cross project settings. And for projects, I can easily search for a specific project if my list of projects is growing. And if I just want to focus on a particular project, then I can actually click on this and use the entire screen space to see my project. Then let's look at the different options within a project, and we can go to the edit mode. So the first thing that you typically do in a project is select a template. And these templates are provided by SAP Activate methodology. And this is in a way your jump start for your implementation, because as a project lead, you don't need to struggle to know what are the right steps. All you need to know is one project can only have one SAP Activate template. You can change it if you wish, but that will kind of take away all the template tasks. So you should be really careful. You can maintain a manually maintained status. So that is more or less a notional thing, which then also is visible in the overview. There are also some situations in which you may want to connect to SAP Central Business Configuration. So that's again an optional step, and you can refer the setup guide on how to enable this option. Now let's focus on the time boxes. So a project has a timeline, and this timeline is specific to a project. So as a project lead, I can create my phases, I can create my sprints, and what we recommend is you align your sprints to your phases, so that way you don't face problems. And whenever you do that correctly in terms of dates, then the phase is shown as a subheader. The usage of sprints is completely optional. If you do not use sprints at all, then you can ignore it and also at a later stage revisit it. Milestones are key events that happen at a certain point of time, and they are also aligned to phases. Whenever you create a milestone, the system tries to find the date in the matching phase and also shows you the phase information. As a project lead, you can create multiple teams. One team is created by default for you, which is the PMO team. And this team is special because this is the only team in which the role project lead is there. All the other roles are available. So the roles are cross project. So that is something that you should be aware. So that means anybody creates a custom role in any project, it is visible to all the projects, which can cause a bit of clutter. So you can easily deselect it when you want. You cannot deselect the project lead role because the project should have the project lead. And now if I want to create a new team, how do I do that? So you have to collapse this, come to this view, and I'm in my project, and now I see the option to create a team. So let me create a new team, and let's call it Integration Experts. And you can see when I save, then from my 3 teams, the list of teams will go to 4. So this is also a decision that the project lead needs to take: how many teams, how many roles in each team, and how many persons assigned to each role. So this helps you in your task assignments, which we'll cover in subsequent videos. And now we can close this and we can get back to the project tab. So I'm back in the project, and you can see that just to create the team, I have to go outside the project. But once it is created, then I can easily switch between my teams, and I can even maintain my members in a team. Then a project can have a scope. A scope is a collection of business processes which are to be managed within the same project, and the project can also have a deployment landscape. So I'll have a dedicated video for that, so let's ignore that for the moment. So after a project is created, then project constitutes of work, which is typically in terms of tasks, requirements, which are distributed across different people and are tracked on a timeline. What are the typical views? So let's go to task list and see as a project lead why I may find SAP Cloud ALM quite beneficial. So I'm in my task list, and this task list comes from SAP Activate, and I don't have to maintain these tasks one by one. I can use mass edit, which is really powerful, so that that helps me in mass maintenance of things such as status, priority, and other attributes. I can also do mass update using Excel upload. So I can download these tasks in Excel, update them in Excel, and upload them back. I can also see not just in a list view, but also in a Gantt view, and in the Gantt chart view, I can also maintain dependencies. So that makes it really powerful. And my filter selection at the top still applies in the list as well as Gantt view. I can collapse this filter panel to gain more space. Then I can see my tasks more visually, and it's not just the tasks but also the timelines. And here you can see I see the timelines of the sprints which are assigned to my project, but I can also see the timelines of cross-project entities such as requested release, but more on that later. Okay. Now let's see what are the reporting options that are presented to the project lead. So you can always click here, that will take you to the overview page. So the overview page gives the project lead multiple options, especially what are the upcoming events that may potentially affect the project schedule, how the tasks are distributed across team members, across different dimensions such as work streams, and a lot of other things. You can even customize this page easily by clicking on Manage Cards, and you can then take or remove some cards. So overview page is one option, but there are detailed pre-shipped reporting available also. For that, you have to click on the analytics style. You can do that from the left panel or the Fiori Launchpad. And in the analytics, there are many reports specifically designed for the project lead. And one of the very important one is project progress reporting, which basically tells you how the work is proceeding around your phases or sprints. And if you are really working in agile methodology, we support you in sprints, we support you in story points assignments, and then we have these options such as burn up chart. As a project lead, I also have a lot of other options such as these traceability reports. I can see how my project is doing from a process perspective, and if I manage more requirements, then I can see how my requirements are proceeding and how the different assets for the requirements such as test cases are being executed. So all of that is available to you pre-shipped, pre-configured, and you really don't need to worry a lot. So everything just works, and from day one you are instantly productive. Your team exactly knows what to do, when to do, and in which order to do. Okay, so that was in a nutshell what is the basics of project management. And if you like this video, then please like it, leave a comment, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks and have a great day.